So there are actions that you can take that will help to create the environment where people can be more engaged.
Right.
Those, whether it's an employee of the month program, and I've been critical of them in the past. I don't like them. I think the funniest description I ever heard of an employee engagement or employee of the month program is that it's the one way that you can be both the winner and the loser at the same time. Um, but
Yeah.
there's different strategies, different actions will work in different environments, but it
Yeah.
needs to be part of a larger strategy of what environment are you creating? And then what actions can we take that will actually move us towards creating that environment where people can engage in work?
Yeah. And I think it's so important to really, again, fundamentally change how we understand engagement, as you said, because like, I mean, when we work with, businesses and kind of, high level HR professionals and stuff like that, and they talk to us about how excited they are. They're rolling out these new engagement programs, and and they're looking forward to the success that will come from things like the employee of the month, or like the company picnic, those kinds of things like that. And again, very good intentions, trying to hit the right notes, but because of that fundamental misunderstanding of thinking of engagement as actions, not as the results or the natural outcomes of the right environment, tends to make people put the wrong effort into, or sorry, put the focus on the wrong effort, and they end up making a lot of the mistakes that really blow up in their face, and then they're disappointed and defeated that they tried all these things. And now what makes staff happy? They're never happy, and it ends up being about kind of like blaming almost like blaming the staff for not the success not being there, when really, again, even though they had the best intentions going in, doing the wrong actions, or putting the focus on the wrong place and not getting the result they're looking for, is kind of what people keep hitting their head against the wall doing over and over again. So it really does start with that fundamental rethinking of how we understand engagement.
Yeah. And you're right. I want to capitalize on one thing that you said, because it is about good intentions, and people approach engagement with the best of intentions, right? With an earnest desire to actually improve the workplace. And we've seen this. I mean, there's a client, we've used the story in some of our training before, of a client that we worked with several years ago, who they had gone from being an employee in the business to actually purchasing the business and growing it. And they had quite ambitious growth goals for the company, and the way they had a plan and how they were going to scale that. And they had such a great rapport and connection with the staff, and they wanted to make sure that they were doing things right out of the gate, and that they were creating the best environment possible. So they started doing a lot of these common actions that if you Google employee engagement strategies, you're going to come up with many of these things. We had an opportunity to work with this person and kind of go through after they had tried some of these things and they weren't getting the results. And working with them, we were working on a couple different strategies with them, but working with them, we were able to kind of work with the staff, and identify that it wasn't the actions, the employee engagement actions that they were creating that staff actually cared about. It was how this leader, how this business owner was able to help them, like the impact that they were having in the community, right? It was about the way that they were able to actually perform their jobs, and the trust that this person showed them. It was about the environment that they created almost by default, because they had, like, it was very much this person's natural skill set that they wanted to provide this great environment. And the actions that they started to try to create or to do engagement ended up having less impact than just treating people with respect, showing recognition and appreciation, in valuing the skills and the expertise that people have, and providing them with some autonomy and some freedom in how they engage with the work. That was what created engagement in her team, not the different, oh, we're going to have a company outing. Yeah, I mean, they had fun. They were all friends. They went on an outing, but it didn't actually turn into any type of ROI for the business other than, oh, it was just a fun activity that we did.